For centuries, the Galactic Empire ruled the stars with an iron fist, subjugating countless species under its might. Humanity, a relatively young race, was seen as little more than an insignificant species on the galactic stage, useful as mercenaries and traders, but unworthy of true recognition. When war broke out between Earth and the Empire, humanity fought fiercely but was ultimately outnumbered. A ceasefire was negotiated, and thousands of human prisoners of war, POWs, were taken to the imperial capital, Phulos, for processing. The war seemed to be reaching an uneasy peace until the unthinkable happened. The massacre at Phulos. A high-ranking noble within the empire, Archduke Zeltor, declared that humanity was an aberration that had no place in the empire's future. Without consulting the Imperial Senate, he ordered the extermination of all human prisoners of war to set an example. 10,000 human soldiers, bound and defenseless, were executed on a live broadcast across the empire. Their deaths were slow, painful, and meant to instill fear in any who would resist imperial rule. What the empire did not understand was what fear meant to humans. The last warning, the diplomat's speech. Humanity's ambassador to the Galactic Empire, Alexander Graves, had spent years navigating the empire's labyrinthine politics. He had begged for peace, urged restraint, and argued for diplomacy over violence. But when the executions aired across the stars, he realized diplomacy was over. In an emergency session of the Galactic Senate, Graves stood before the assembled rulers of the empire. His voice was calm, measured, and utterly devoid of emotion. For centuries, your empire has conquered, enslaved, and crushed resistance beneath its boot. You assumed humanity would cower before your strength, as others have. You assumed we would kneel. But you have made a mistake that will not be forgiven. You have crossed the one line that can never be uncrossed. The room was silent. This is not a warning. This is not a threat. This is a declaration. The age of your empire is over. You have committed an atrocity that has sealed your fate. From this moment, humanity is at war with the Galactic Empire. You have called us monsters. You will soon learn the meaning of that word. Then, he did something that had never been seen before in the Senate chamber. He removed his diplomatic insignia, dropped it onto the marble floor, and walked out without another word. The mobilization of Earth. The Empire expected humanity to crumble. Instead, Earth mobilized in ways the galaxy had never seen before. Humanity had been fighting wars long before it reached the stars, and it had perfected the art of total war. Every nation, every colony, every outpost united under a single war effort. Civilian industries converted to war production overnight. Scientists and engineers designed new weapons specifically to counter Imperial technology. Operation Silent Storm was initiated, a classified project rumored to involve weapons capable of shattering planets. And then, humanity did something no one had done before. They abandoned conventional tactics. The war was no longer about territory or diplomacy. It was about extinction, either humanity's or the Empire's. The Silent Planet Doctrine. Unlike the Empire, which relied on traditional warfare, humanity waged war differently. They struck with precision, unpredictability, and absolute ruthlessness. Imperial supply lines vanished without explanation. Entire war fleets disappeared without a distress signal. Human commandos infiltrated Imperial strongholds, eliminating high-ranking officials in their own palaces. The once thriving core worlds of the Empire began falling silent, one by one. The phrase, Silent Planet, became a whispered nightmare across the Empire. It meant a world where the population was gone, where defenses had been bypassed, where nothing remained but ashes and silence. The fall of Phulos. The war culminated in the siege of Phulos, the imperial capital, the shining jewel of the empire. For thousands of years, it had stood untouched, its towering spires a symbol of imperial dominance. Humanity did not invade Phulos. They eradicated it. Orbital bombardments rained down for 6 straight days. Every palace, every tower, every fortress was turned to rubble. But humanity did not stop there. Biological warfare, cyber warfare, psychological operations, all were unleashed upon the capital. In the final moments, the last surviving members of the Imperial Senate begged for surrender. They pleaded for mercy. Humanity gave them none. The Empire's last transmission was a message to all surviving Imperial worlds. Phulos has fallen. The humans are not like us. They do not seek conquest. They do not seek rule. They seek vengeance. The Empire is dead. Aftermath, the new galactic order. With the Empire shattered, the surviving species of the galaxy convened a new council. Many feared that humanity would seek to dominate the stars. But humanity did not want an empire. They did not seek control. They simply issued one decree to the surviving species. Never again. The massacre at Phulos became the greatest warning in galactic history, a reminder that some lines should never be crossed. And in the ruins of the Empire, as silence settled over the once mighty worlds of Phulos, the galaxy finally understood what it meant to provoke humanity.